Hi, my name is Elizabeth Hazen, and I was supposed to be reading at the Gaithersburg Book Festival this weekend. And while I am very disappointed not to be able to attend in person, I'm going to share a few poems on this virtual platform. My new book is Girls Like Us. Well, you can see it backwards. Put out by Squire Publishing March 1st. And just read a few poems from this book. Thanks so much for having me. The first poem in the book is called Devices, and I'm going to start by reading that. Devices. Rhyme relies on repetition. Pink drink, big wig, tramp stamp, rank skank. Alliteration too. Peter Piper's pickled peppers, Silly Sally's sheep, silly trumping smart because the L's create consonants. Assonance repeats vowel sounds. Hot bod, dumb slut, frigid bitch. Even his line, girl will have a fine time, or her refusals, no, don't. In metaphor we compare two things. Suppose a man calls a woman fox. We understand this is not literal. Same goes for pig, dog, chick. Same goes for octopus, as in, his hands were all over me. Metonymy relies on association. Suits, skirts, that joke about the dishwasher. If it stops working, slap the bitch. Synecdoche reduces a thing to a single part. He wants pussy, by which we must infer he wants a woman. We've been called so many things that we are not. We startle at the sound of our own names. Let's see, I'll just read a few poems here. The next one I'm going to read is called Game Rules. A lot of these poems concern female identity, and so this is sort of a looking back to being a young girl in school. This is called Game Rules. In the rules you failed to learn from articles in women's magazines, from your mother's loose-lipped friends, those pseudo-aunts who snuck you schnapps and cigarettes, reveled as you revealed your indiscretions, or from two fast girls who disappeared mid-year, birthing bastards, 3 states west of anywhere you'd been. The gist was don't admit the things you need. Back then, you balked at such directives, though in school you went along with rules, slicing right into the porcine heart, the only girl who didn't retch, so eager to see its ruins, bloodless and gray, as if those spaces held the recklessness that you could not contain. Muscled walls, drained of mystery, labeled in textbook diagrams, atrium, ventricle, aortic valve. But you remember nothing now, save the formaldehyde's choking fumes. I'll read 2 more. I used to work for artists when I was in college, sitting for paintings and drawings. So this is from that experience. It's called Tips from a Nude Model. If you sit still long enough, your ass can fall asleep. The numbing will be gradual as curtains fade in light. Try not to worry if you lose sensation. No one can hurry the clock's progress. If your body wakes to pins, you must ignore the pain. It's only skin deep, after all, till he completes his sketch, and then you may unfold yourself and stretch. When you resume the pose, arms arched in place above your head to create negative space, select a focal point and fix your gaze. It is useful to remember no one stays statue still. Don't forget to breathe. Don't let him touch you. When the session ends, collect your pay. Insist on cash. Get dressed. Don't smile. Know that your body may be numb a while. And when you see yourself revealed in paint, note the proportions, but ignore the faint glimmer he put in your eye that isn't you. Embrace who you are, the nothing that you do. And I'll read one more. This is a poem that's closer to the end of the book, and it's called Imperatives. And I think, it's sort of about motherhood, and just all of the things we can't control. Imperatives. 1. Once we found a great white tooth, as long as my son's thumb. Once we dragged a jellyfish to shore and watched it throbbing like a huge transparent heart. Once we stayed in pajamas for 5 days waiting out the snow. Last week, a brown-headed cowbird dead beside our door. 3 days later, I dumped the corpse behind the shed. 2. Chlorine smell catches in his shaggy hair. Yesterday's stale coffee, the slant of rain that wets my windowsill, the shoes he outgrew months ago that I refuse to throw away. 3. Braced teeth and tangle of preteen limbs vamp for the camera, caught squinting or mid-laugh or barely there. Just a halo of red hair hovering in the back, or a crown of green goggles bobbing. My son, unsmiling. The family curse might skip him, this inward-turning darkness. 4. My father took me early to feed the science teacher's brown anoles who ate live mealworms, wriggling golden larvae packed in wheat bran, the smell of which still makes me gag. Once I found a lizard corpse, part cannibalized, part decayed. 2 days later, wisps of skeleton, filigree of bone. 5. Brown-headed cowbirds lay eggs in others' nests, abandoning their young. Brown anoles eat their molted skin. Sometimes they eat their tails. Sometimes they eat their young. My skin is as thin as testa, seed coat beneath a cracked shell. Thank you so much, and support small presses, support indie authors. Again, my book is Girls Like Us. I wish I could make it go the right way, but out from Squire Publishing. And I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you.